A friend recently asked me if Lao uses Arabic numbers or something else. The answer is both. So I thought I would make a video explaining that answer and go over the Lao number system in the process. The numbers in the Lao script are still used in Laos, but Arabic numerals are becoming more popular. So while you can get away with not learning the numbers in the Lao script, it's best to still try to learn them. Let's get started with 0 through 10.
0
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10
That was fairly straightforward. I'll take some time to explain the next group through 20 so you can see the pattern that follows afterwards. With the exception of 11, it's pretty easy to figure out. You just say the word for 10, sip, and then 2, 3, or 4 to get 12, 13, or 14, and so on. So, sipsong, literally 10-2, means 12. Sipsam, literally 10-3, means 13. For 11, you don't say sipnung, literally 10-1, but rather sip-et. Et replaces the 1 from 11 and on. So 11, 21, 31, 101, etc. would all use et.
11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20
Sao, the Lao word for 20, is unique in that it does not follow the pattern that 30, 40, 50, and so on follow. I'll explain that pattern after working through the 20s. 21 through 29 follows the same pattern as the 10s, as is shown here. And then from 30, the pattern remains the same, except for the Lao equivalents of 30, 40, 50, and so on follow a simple pattern. Rather than use a new word for each, you simply say 310 for 30, 410 for 40, so 20 is the only one where you have to learn a new word, until you get to 100, as shown here.
30
40 50 60 70 80 90
At 100, the pattern repeats, but you just use the word for 100 followed by the 10s and 1s. So 112 would be Nungloi Sipsong, with Nungloi meaning 100 and Sipsong meaning 12. The only tricky part here is that there are several ways to say 100, as shown here. If you are just saying 100 with no other numbers following, you can say any of the 4 variants. If you are saying 112, as in the previous example, you can't use hoinung or loinung. You have to use nungloi or nunghoi. Or, most times, people just shorten it to hoi sipsong or loi sipsong. The H or L sound represented by ha or law is often interchangeable based on where the person is from in Laos. So you can pick one and stick with it. Other words, like the word for hotel, are similar. You can say hongham or longlam, and people will understand either one. Anyway, back to the numbers. So 101 would be loi et or nung loi et, and 102 would be loi song or nung loi song. So you just follow the pattern explained earlier and count up from there. Once you get to 200, you just put 2 in front of the abbreviated 100 to get 200, or song loi. 300 is the same, sam loi, and so on until 1000. 1000 is nungpan. 2,000 is songpan, and so on. 1,200 is usually 1,200, but can be shortened to 1,200. 1,200 can also be used, especially if you are counting by hundreds. Speaking of counting by hundreds, you can also say 1,200, similar to 1,200, but that's not as common. 10,000 can be said two different ways, 10,000 and moon, and are fairly interchangeable. Going up from there, using 13,000 for example, you can say either 13,000 or moon 13,000, with 13,000 being the more common way to say it. Similarly, 100,000 can be said two ways, san or 100,000. Both are commonly used, but using san is quicker, easier, and less confusing once the numbers start to get bigger. So 400,000 could either be si san or si 100,000. 1 million is nice and easy because you just say lan or nung lan. So for the final test, how would you say this number? 1,230,123. You got it? 1,230,123. No problem, right? Well, maybe. Take some time to pause and rewatch this video as many times as necessary in order to feel comfortable using Lao numbers. Good luck.
ไปเกิดในกำเนิดมาโลกาขอ